start with the whole buddies because Ash, this is exciting news.
Is it?
Adam22's getting divorced.
This is the most inevitable news of all time. They're calling it the single most predictable thing of 2026. It turns out if you let some black guy fuck your wife and then you challenge him to a fist fight, and then he beats the fucking brakes off you inside 2 minutes and you get fucking knocked out cold by the black guy who fucked your wife. It turns out you're probably going to get divorced shortly after, buddy.
She filed for divorce.
Who could have figured this one out? So for those of you who don't know, Adam22 is a podcaster where his entire gimmick is that he lets his guests fuck his wife on OnlyFans. And then he interviews them about fucking his wife, I guess. Am I right? That's what I assume that he does.
I don't watch the podcast, but he has No Jumper where he interviews black people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one
So he's like a professional cock, and his whole cope was like, well, but I have millions of dollars, guys. So who's the real winner, guys?
Yeah.
Well, now this bitch is taking it all. Let's have a look. TMZ is reporting. By the way, I wouldn't even be surprised if this all publicity stunt bullshit anyway.
You know what
I mean?
Because they are falling off, right? They are falling off. They are falling off. Like, I mean,
because it's so fucking shameless and pathetic that they would just get divorced just to get put in the headlines again.
That's cringe.
So I won't be surprised when that's the case. But let's read this article from TMZ. Lena the Plug is pulling the plug on her marriage with Adam22.
Wow.
Lena filed the divorce docs in LA County without a lawyer on June 1st, which happens to be her birthday. Her birthday present. Hey, to me, millions of dollars for me. Get fucked and cucked. Suffer Adam22. And now she wants legal and physical custody of their 5-year-old daughter. So he's going to lose his daughter, never get to see his daughter again. He's going to have to pay out the alimony. Next slide.
This is wild.
Yeah, of course it's LA. For those who don't know, the couple has a very successful podcast and OnlyFans account, which makes for a unique relationship. They shoot porn content with people outside their marriage. Wow. Who thought that this would end in divorce?
How would that
together
happen?
and individually, and then interview those people on their podcast. Adam also hosts his popular No Jumper podcast.
Dead. It's dead,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like, wait.
I'm pretty sure it
Didn't
doesn't
he
get any
lose the
fucking views anymore. Well, we're going to talk. The studio is going to come up in a minute.
Is it? Okay.
That being said, in the docs, Lena says she does not have a job and her only income is a $3,000 monthly spousal support from Adam. This bitch was getting finessed then big time.
Bro, these
what
views,
the fuck?
Our new clip channels, the people who are posting the Hydra, is doing more views than No Jumper.
What's the Social Blade looking like?
Okay, well, we have 4 hours ago, 6,000 views. 15K.
And what is it? Like 1 million subscribers?
5,000 views? It's at 4.96 million. What the fuck?
It's fucking over. No wonder she's divorcing him. But that's the thing. Like, if she's only getting $3,000 a month allowance, obviously there's no fucking money there, is there?
Well, remember he was saying that he had to like move to a smaller studio. Oh my God, bro. This is brutal. Anyway, yeah, so we finished with this slide?
All right, next slide.
Yep.
So it says she's a very successful creator on OnlyFans. I would say by definition of being on OnlyFans, you're not a success. You're a prostitute, but okay. In the talks, she makes it sound like she has no control over that revenue, saying, I have no access to any financial resources in this marriage or actual financial information. So all amounts entered are estimates. And then she says they have a $1.1 million entertainment studio, and she wants half of that in the divorce. So this studio's getting fucking sold. He's losing everything.
He let his wife fuck whoever she wanted, and she's still divorcing him as a porn star? That's fucking Kino, dude.
Of course.
Oh my God.
So, that's the situation. That's the story so far. Who knows what other twists and turns there will be. Speaking of cuckolds, we have Nick Rekieta.
Oh my God. What happened to his
recently, Nick Rekieta celebrated the 2-year anniversary of his arrest for possession of cocaine, during which it was 26 grams of cocaine that he then pled down to a lesser amount of cocaine. During the whole situation, his children were taken away. His, I believe, 9-year-old daughter tested positive for cocaine at 10 times the cutoff for trace amounts. There was rumors from his polycule. So he was in a polycule with Aaron M. Holte, who has the Steel Toe Morning Show in Minnesota. And him and his wife were fucking Rekieta and his wife. And the children weren't getting fed properly. They were complaining to people at the church they weren't getting fed. Their clothes weren't getting washed. There was a mandatory reporter or something like this at the church that then blew the whistle on them. The cops raided the house. They had an arrest warrant. They found all the drugs. And at the time, also, he was involved in weird degeneracy with something called a baldo. For those of you who aren't aware, what a baldo is, it is if you can't get hard the traditional way, you attach a dildo to your balls, and then you dip your ball sack into your partner's vagina or asshole.
Thoughts?
And you're supposed to receive a ballgasm. Now, there's a lot of you that are saying, what the fuck? What's going on? You guys weren't here in 2024. This was the hottest story on this program in 2024.
It blew us up. It blew us up for sure.
It really did. It was a major. So we had an interview inside the polycule with the host of the Steel Toe Morning Show, Aaron M. Holte, where he confessed to the whole sordid affair of fucking each other's wives. These guys allege that each of them ate each other's cum. They claim that they didn't eat the other guy's cum, but the other guy ate their cum. Anyway, in the end, Rekieta had to plead guilty to the cocaine and all this fucking shit, and he received 5 years of probation, where he has mandatory drug testing and stuff like this. Now, the allegations against him are, in the word on the street, and I personally believe it to be true, is that in order to avoid testing positive for drugs, Rekieta has turned to Galaxy gas.
Yeah.
And his,
which, by the way, it's not like alleged. Let's be fucking real. It's 100% real.
I think so. Fucking whippets, all sorts of people.
Like this, and his fingers were purple, like all the signs. And then a bunch of his friends or ex-friends said he was taking it, like Keanu and all those fucking people.
Yeah, people that were close to him and stuff like that. So when he was arrested, he looked exactly like this. He was wearing this Jamaican wife beater with the black eye and everything, right? And the black eye, there's conflicting accounts of how this happened. I believe Aaron told us that his wife threw a fucking book at his head or some shit like this. There was domestic violence allegations and stuff that were going on. Or, there was stories that when Rekieta gets angry, he would start fucking hitting himself in the head. Do you remember that?
Yes.
When he gets frustrated, he would start fucking
and he's
hitting himself in the head.
Beyond.
Shit like this, right? Anyway, he decided for the 2-year anniversary of getting arrested to dress up like this. And he put this makeup on his eye, and then he did this big reveal where no, I'm not kidding. Yeah,
this is recent.
Did this. This is from last month or some shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, people are saying he was a lawyer. lawyer. So yeah, he was a lawyer. This guy was the king of law tube.
We forget.
Back during the Johnny Depp trial, he was getting on some streams as many as 100,000 live viewers.
Live.
He was regularly getting over like 50, 60,000 live viewers every day. And some of these streams had over 100,000 live viewers. He was making 5 figures in super chats, I think nearly every fucking night. It was dirty fucking money. And he already came from money and had a trust fund. And he just squandered it all away. Like he just, went insane on cocaine and booze. And he got a Rumble deal.
Everyone thought I was crazy. I'm like, I swear, guys, he's on coke. Like,
I didn't believe you that he was on coke.
Everyone's like,
I really did.
Okay. I'm like, guys, I know coke. Like, I know every symptom of taking it. And it's like,
yes, the Kyle Rittenhouse trial as well.
Remember the night before the arrest? It was the
anime sucks, cope, and sneeze.
That was the greatest fucking
Some of this content was so fucking Kino, and I couldn't believe it. I woke up the next morning and I was like, received the mug shot of Rekieta. Just fucking
I was at a wedding rehearsal and I'm like, I'm gonna leave early. Like I had to leave a wedding rehearsal early. I'm like, listen, this is a huge story. And sure enough, we had like, what was it? Like 15,000 watching. It was like the quartering explosion, basically.
It was. It was really fucking crazy.
8,000, but for us, 8,000 back then was like, what the fuck?
Now, since then, since his probation, and there was a big battle over whether his body cam footage would come out. Josh Moon was trying to obtain the body cam footage. Rekieta successfully managed to squash the body cam footage using his connections with the Minnesota Zuluminati that controls the state or whatever the fuck.
Just like the Lego story, actually. It's like the same thing. It actually is the Lego story.
It pretty much, like, for most people that were casual observers in it, or even very interested in it, most people moved on. Like, we moved on. We haven't really talked about Rekieta for the last year or 18 months. I would say
almost done. Before that arrest, we were like, this is boring now. Remember? We were like, okay. And then right when we stopped talking about him, boom, arrest.
But there's been quietly raging an eternal war between him and the other member of the polycule, Aaron Imholte.
Who's now with Ralph, by the way.
Which is crazy.
We'll see we'll see him tonight.
So they're still feuding. They're still fighting about this, about who ate each other's cum, who sucked the other guy's cock, who stole the other guy's wife, who made the other guy's wife cum, who paid for the groceries. That was a ordeal last week. Apparently, Aaron was being taken advantage of. Rekieta was forcing him to feed his children and shit. No. It's retarded. And then there's another figure named Patrick Melton, the hunchback, alleged pedophile that talks about molesting Aaron's children all the time and gets creepy with Aaron's children. Okay. And apparently they hacked Aaron Imholte's Google account and they were doing all this weird shit. It's a long story, but leading up to Judgment Day this Friday, there's like a restraining order hearing. So Aaron Imholte is trying to get a restraining order granted against Rekieta and Patrick Melton. And apparently the final showdown will be this Friday as to whether or not there's a restraining order and these people are finally going to shut the fuck up about each other and move on with their lives, or if the feud will continue and they'll keep shit talking each other about who's the true cuck until the end of time. Okay. So that's kind of what's going on with Rekieta. Now, some stuff has happened with him recently that we haven't bothered to cover because it doesn't really matter, but let's continue. So we go to the next slide.
Oh, there we go.
So Rekieta violated his probation a couple months back. He missed drug tests on March 16th and April 3rd. As a consequence of this, I think obviously he was, high on drugs or drunk.
Of course.
And that's why he didn't show up for these drug tests. He claims that he's been sober for a year. That's his claim. But we know that Nick Rekieta is a lying liar that fucking lies. And every step of the way he's lied. So he gets increased drug testing, 16 hours of community service in lieu of confinement. Rekieta is a disgraced junkie former attorney. His 9-year-old daughter tested positive for cocaine. So he missed his drug test. Then he was photographed in public recently. Here, I think, the next slide. His car is all fucking smashed up. Rekieta's car appears to be missing some pieces.
What
there? This was, I think, a couple weeks ago. So,
you see the fucking bumper?
So Rekieta has a long history of car crashes, car accidents. Remember, he like wrapped his Mustang around a fucking pole or whatever a couple years ago.
Yeah.
He got caught driving without insurance, I'm pretty sure, at one point. So I don't know what happened here, but his car was fucked up. I think this was like last month, but I couldn't tell you for sure.
His car always looks like at the end of a GTA mission when your car is all fucked up before the paint like, it's like, I just finished the mission in GTA 3. My car's fucked.
And then this Monday, he's had another car crash. So he says, hey guys, we had a little bit of a family setback as some of us were in a car accident. Everyone appears fine at present. We were discharged from the hospital and are home. I won't speak much on the accident other than it was completely their fault.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't see us and they caused the accident. So I'm pretty sure this means, translated in Rekieta speak, that it was entirely his fault. It wasn't an accident, and it was a deliberate action of his to crash the vehicle and try and kill his family. That's what I'm going to assume happened.
They're the ones booking it. I couldn't even see them.
We're going to examine these claims. Okay. He says, quite thankfully, because in the possibility of real tragedy, we were protected. For now, my neck and arms hurt from the airbag or steering wheel, but I have no apparent broken bones. Will update soon. Been exhausting, and he's going to rest with his wife. Okay.
Wow.
So the Candiyohi County Sheriff's Office put out a media release on this situation. Motor vehicle collision with payloader. So he collided with a construction vehicle, a fucking payloader. It
was their fault. They were going 80 miles an hour.
It came out of nowhere, guys. How the fuck does a payloader come out of nowhere?
They were driving 1,000 miles an hour, I swear to God.
He ran into a fucking excavator on a construction site. Okay. On Monday, June 1st, the Candiyohi County Sheriff's Office responded to a reported motor vehicle collision with a payloader along the 8400 block of Candiyohi County Road 9. A passenger van driven by a 44-year-old Spicer man with his family, that's Rekieta, was traveling southbound when it attempted to avoid a large payloader that was crossing the roadway in front of them. The van struck the payloader in the bucket area.
How?
So, like, in the fucking bucket that picks up dirt, we'll show you guys what it was exactly that he hit. Okay. There were 5 occupants in the van, and all were transported to the hospital, thankfully, with non-life-threatening injuries. So Rekieta, his wife, and 3 of his, I think it's either 5 or 7 children were injured in this accident. Okay. So if we continue, we're going to learn more about the situation.
How do you not see the payloader? It's yellow.
Well, we're going to discover. So it turns out that Rekieta was tweeting the entire time. So we have some of Mr. Rekieta's tweets that line up around the time of this accident, and the most recent one, which was 8 minutes before the car crash. Now, it's possible that he got on the road after he tweeted this and was only driving for less than 8 minutes. I mean, it is possible, But he said, what's it like being dumber than cereal?
Right.
Words preceding disaster. I'm of the view that he was probably texting and driving.
By the way, the name,
and that's how
Bishalot. Bishalot.
And that's how he didn't see the giant fucking payloader. You know? So if we continue on.
Oh my God.
We'll see here. Reported at 5:30 p.m., huh? So Rekieta was really tweeting that someone else was dumber than cereal moments before he crashed his car.
Oh,
what a dummy, buddy.
Oh my God. This is the Austin Powers where he's in front of like the fucking steamroller and he's like, like he's got like 10 minutes to swerve.
So even in threads where the culprit hasn't been identified, so this is just like local Facebook news. If we zoom in here, we can hear people's opinions on this. How do you miss seeing a yellow vehicle of this size? I'm sorry that it happened, though. Hope everyone makes a full recovery. Sad, but when you come to construction, you need the driver to slow down when they are present. Another couple of minutes only added. I honestly don't know what is up with drivers nowadays. Speeding around in a big hurry, tailgating, it's ridiculous. No wonder there are so many accidents. Well, that was stupid. What? And then we have somebody here says third world drivers, question mark?
H1B1
believing that it must have been a Somalian or some sort of Indian or something that did this, but no. It was Nicholas Rekieta.
We need you, Trump.
Oh my God. This random boomers on Facebook just felt the Rekieta. So this is the road. And this is the front loader that Rekieta fucking collided with. How do you do this, bro? How do you do this?
There's so much room to swerve on the fucking grass, too, if you're in trouble.
He must have just been fucking nose deep in his phone, like,
oh my God.
Or just speeding like a fucking bastard, man. Buddy. I don't know. So when referring to a collision, it's common parlance to call the vehicle that took the least damage the winner. The press release said he hit the payloader in the bucket. And payloader buckets often have these little extensions on the bottom. Those extensions are sometimes called toes. So you could say this crash was another win for the toe.
Oh my God.
Suffer, Rekieta. It's another win. So Rekieta was spotted at Goodwill last week. He's shopping at Goodwill, buddy. Poverty alert! Poverty alert! He's poor! He's shopping at Goodwill! The trust fund is running low! And for further confirmation, because you go, well, that's, that might not be him. I mean, even though it's clearly him, we can now see another photograph of Kayla shopping for clothes at Good. Now, it's one thing to go to Goodwill and maybe like get books or something,
or like an old phone for like nostalgia purposes. Or
there's some stuff at the thrift store that
it's for classic shit. Yeah,
to shop fucking clothes off the rack at Goodwill,
buddy.
Oh man, she looks like a fucking skeleton, dude. Like,
man, her hairline
haggard as fuck, man. The drugs were not kind to our wife, Lady Rocket.
Her fucking shirt's dirty.
Oh no,
oh man.
So that's the Rekieta segment, guys. It'll probably be another year before we talk about him again.
I have one special buddy. It's 13 seconds, okay?
Okay.
RTU for 13 seconds.
No!
Hang on.
No!
It's 13 seconds. You ready, folks?
No!
Here's our... and then we're on to quartering. Wait, did your mic turn off? Did you break your mic?
Hell
It's
no,
crazy. I
man.
think I said this very. You know how many people are probably fucking transphobes, but they get off on it. They like can't admit
What?
that they're attracted to transgender women.
Wait a minute, Review Tech. No. If you know the Review Tech lore, he talked about how sexy Keffels was and wanted to hook. So this is his projection. He wants to get with trans. And so he thinks that people that are disgusted by trans, no one wants to fuck trans, you sick fucking freak. Holy shit.
So they do it through these means because they can't actually publicly state it. It's
By the way,
What?
that's that.
But it's
That doesn't make
completely
sense. What the
social. It's completely socially acceptable to be in favor of that shit, Rich. What are
Yeah.
you even talking about?